Okay, so today we'll be discussing the game scene in Romeo and Juliet, which is the scene where the nurse tells Romeo about...
Juliet, and Romeo says he will marry Juliet.
For like allowance to sell.
In secret, like a secret marriage, which...
And it was obviously a serious message that they wanted to give to each other.
Yeah.
But then in the background, he had all of us playing different games.
Yeah.
Which is like...
Because beforehand, sorry to cut you off, beforehand we had Benvolio and Mercutio joking around about Tybalt and saying he's the king of cats. Yeah, so it begins with that. So
to create the games, creating games to do acting was originally like done by a group technique used by Complicity.
Yeah.
So we used their technique to help create the scene. So we all get into groups and then created our own game, and then at the end we showed each other the games, and then we all had to learn each other's game and then play them all together. And I think it was good because it showed fun scene. Yeah.
It showed while the actors were doing the lines, we tried our best to keep it still quite simple so they could still perform really easily. But it also showed the joking nature of also Mercutio's
character,
and also the joy. And despite the fact the scene's really, really serious, we made it quite comedic because I felt like we didn't want to get the audience to be
too bored. Yeah, it was a long scene, so we needed to keep it
changing. We kept changing games, so we started with a game where we'd run at each other, like we were trying to get past something, and then we did Simon Says, I think.
It was thingy. We did a freeze frame, and everybody else had to copy the freeze.
And then we had a giant tennis ball and a rubber
basketball game where they created their own basketball hoop and they'll have to tuck it in.
And then we'd cheer if they got it through and then go, if they didn't. And then when Benvolio gets the ball, we all went into two
a massive cross and passed the ball back. I think the games helped, so because most of the Romeo and Juliet was sad and
serious. It's quite a serious play.
So it's nice to have some fun bits in the play to keep the audience
And it was fun because we joked about a lot.
And then it was good when the nurse entered. We were all doing the mouse and cat game where we stood in a line.
And then we'd say change and we'd
swap.
change.
And then it was good seeing the nun trying to push past us to get to Romeo during that bit. And then we went into Grandma's footsteps at the back.
Mr. Holmes. And we started doing that when Mercutio and Benvolio are being really rather rude towards the nurse and calling her old and stuff, and then they go off. And what we did was first we creeped up on her servant Peter, and he'd turn around and we'd all freeze with these really, I think,
he was told to give us more playful expressions, wasn't he? Because at first people was walking up really slowly, but they said to keep the energy, be more playful, and he complimented you on being playful. Because
you go up with a really devious grin.
So we were all when we were walking up,
it was fun. And then we'd go back, and then we'd slowly creep up on the nurse, and then
once we got to the nurse,
we'd beckon Tyler to go get under her and throw her on his shoulders, and then there she's still doing her lines, but we're just
on top of Tyler's shoulders, and everybody else
just pulling off her shoes, pulling at her dress, grabbing her fan, poking her, prodding her.
I think her costume worked well because we got her to take off
her shoes and stuff, and we also got to take the fan off her and once or twice we'd fan ourselves with it and tease her.
Yeah, it was good to tease her, and she was getting really annoyed.
And again, I felt like that really kept the energy of the scene because it's a really serious matter where she's my Juliet's going to be a joyful bride, but if we hadn't really done that, I think the audience would get really bored and looked at their watches asking how long it will be till the end. But the fact we did that, where she's being hoisted around and she's being
getting
spun
pulled
around
into this game that she doesn't want to be part of.
Because it's a serious matter, and it was quite fun. And it was exhausting, but fun.
It was exhausting. Yeah, under them lights and the theatre,
and the makeup.
But it was a good, fun scene to perform.
And then she'd say a line, and Tyler would drop her, and we'd all push Tyler forward, and she'd smack
him,
and
everybody had to run off
because we were in trouble because we'd done
wound her up,
but
and she had Mercutio and Benvolio winding her up before we got to her.
So it showed that she's trying to be almost like I'm a proper nurse, I'm a proper lady, I'm not going to get so easily mistempered. But you can see it build up throughout the scene as well. She's getting really aggravated, and by the time Tyler puts her down, she's just lost her nerve, and we just push him forward, and she just smacks him. On the night she actually smacked him, I thought that must have hurt. Yeah,
Well,
so-
with the energy of the scene, it needed to happen. They could have just went.
yeah, like a little tap, but
But it needed to be a full-on.
and it looked great as well
Yeah.
because then we get to really react to it, like because we'd been faking reactions, and on the
'Cause-
night when she went
Proper slapped him. It got
We all
our
went,
reactions more.
like gasping,
Yeah.
and then obviously the next scene was them getting married. So I think it really built up the
To that scene,
importance.
yeah.
So yeah,
It was
that
a good scene. It was a it like showed the difference between the play for being more happy.
Yeah,
than-
like it's also like almost like I say, do you know the expression the
Yeah.
calm before the storm? I
Yeah.
think this is the calm before the big storm, which is
Because
everything
after
goes
that, all
on.
we had was the wedding, which was obviously happy, and then it was Mercutio
Yeah,
and
and
Tybalt's
Tybalt's
death,
death.
then Romeo being
Big
banished,
banished.
then Juliet faking her death, then the
All
actual
that.
death at the end. So we needed this scene to like be like happy.
So that was fun. That was fun. It was exhausting.
It was an exhausting scene, but I think it worked well with the thingy.
It with the whole play because
Yeah.
like I don't think again it just we needed that energy to keep the audience interested.
Yeah.